Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to our Light Your Dream Team monthly training call. We're doing this one a little bit early because we have the holidays coming up. So thank you all who have got on the call live with us tonight. I know it's a very busy time of year. We got Christmas, the holidays, so much going on in our personal lives, but so much going on in business. This will end up probably being another record month. Sales are great. Fundraisings are great. Everything is just hopping. It's fun to be so involved in the business at this time of year. So thank you so much for taking the time to come on. So Allison and I did a little bit of training on a topic called what's holding you back in your business. So we thought we would survey you and did that on the Light Your Dream Team Facebook group this week and threw out a couple of suggestions for you to kind of vote on to see what you might be having some challenges with. So we'll go over some of that at the end of the call. But first, we're going to go through some of the holding back that was suggested in the training. So Allison, I'll just kind of go through the slides and feel free to jump in anytime when you've got something to input.
Okay.
All right. So one of the first things that they suggested in the training that holds us back is our ego. Even if you're quite accomplished in your employment or a traditional business, building a network marketing business is very different. So we don't want to think that we know it all. We have to be open to being coached, just like Sonia's saying, calling, discussing, asking for advice, different ways of doing it. So it doesn't mean that you can't be a success in network marketing, but you just need to be open to it and, listen to those that have achieved success that you want in this business, in this company, and be a sponge and just learn everything that you can from them. So I was on a leaders call today and, I was kind of thinking about that, people that are new may not even realize, but, you guys have two of the most successful people in this whole company. Allison and I, we have titles. We're pretty high up in the ranking. So we've been doing this a long time. We've had success. We both make ourselves readily available to teach, to coach, to role play, to answer questions, whether you want to do that on the group or through email or a personal coaching call. You have very successful people in this team who are willing to teach you. So if you are willing to learn, then the sky's the limit. You can go with this. And then sometimes too, that's, I think both of us feel kind of sometimes hesitant, like to share our successes. But the reason that we do that is so that you understand the possibilities. Boy, if we can do this, you can do this. Allison always kids herself that this old lady, and she's not. She's a beautiful, beautiful young lady, but she'll always say this old retired lady, if I can do it, you can do it. And I'm always like, I work full time. I'm crazy busy, but if I can do this, you can do this. So we share those successes and the things that are happening so that you can get excited about the possibilities. Because if we can do it, we're willing to teach you to do it. Okay. And the next thing then is expectations. Like any business, it does take time to build a successful candle business, and even years. It's not a get-rich-quick program, as is most businesses. That's not going to be the case. So you may have expectations of how much you want to make when you get started. And you do have to ask yourself and assess, well, do your skills match that level of income? And if not yet, that's okay. That's what we have these trainings for, so that you get better. You just have to be willing to give the time to acquire the skills. And then we do ask that you ask yourself, does the amount of time that you invest equate to the amount of money you expect to make? And are they realistic? If you're just putting in about 5 hours a week and expecting to make $5,000 a month, well, not impossible. It can be done, but you just have to really look at it as a business and as a commitment. And if you want to make $5,000 a month, absolutely doable in the candle business, but it might take more than 5 hours a week, unless you're really dang good. Then you can teach the rest of us how to do that. But 5 hours is an unrealistic expectation. So most people coming in, you get excited, you have high hopes, and you have dreams of making this amount of income, but just math. you know, either lower the expectations of the income to match your allotted time available, or increase the amount of time that you invest to match the monthly income that you want to earn. Okay. And we do on our team talk a lot about personal development, your mindset, and your attitude. So one of the things that holds us back sometimes is a negative attitude. So 80% of your success is going to come from your mindset and 20% from your skills. So see, that's where it's okay if you haven't yet acquired the skills. Only about 20% of that is towards your skills. The rest of it is going to be in your attitude and your motivation and your get to it. That's why we ask you to do daily personal development. And that can include, you know, spiritual books, anything that's industry related, all kinds of trainers, especially out on the internet these days, all kinds of free training. So it doesn't have to necessarily be business related, but something that's helping you to grow your confidence, grow your motivation, so that you feel bigger, better, stronger to be able to take on challenges that are going to come inevitably with any business. But if you're prepared and confident in yourself, you're going to weather those a whole lot better. So your business is only going to as much as you.
I was just going to say, I don't mean to cut you off.
Yeah,
personal development, personal development to me is the most important thing with running any business. And like Kathy said, spend time daily to grow yourself. Personal development, it never stops, and you have to be consistent with it. Spend time daily to grow yourself, and it will inspire you to take action and overcome obstacles and challenges. It increases your self-esteem. It helps you stay focused and motivated in achieving your goals. And it's going to lift you up from any downfalls that you have. There's, like Kathy said, there's videos, there's books, there's audios. There's so many incredible network marketing trainers out there. And ask Kathy, ask in the group. We can refer you to some great personal development trainers for you. And also for things to change, you have to change. And remember, anyone in network marketing, which our company is, it's a direct sales network marketing business. We all, like Kathy said, we all start out the same playing field. It doesn't matter if you're making $200,000 a year or $30,000 a year at your job. We all are doing the same business, and we're all learning as much as we can about it. It doesn't matter your education or your age, because to be successful, you must believe in your products and the company and develop a mindset that nothing's going to stop you, no matter how many obstacles and no's you get along the way, because you're going to get them, because everybody does. And personal development will help you stay patient and know that any business takes time to build and grow, and it's not going to happen overnight. And like I said, personal development to me is the biggest factor in building your business. Just my opinion.
No, excellent. I think that is so true. My college age daughter just finished her finals, and so she's still down at school, and she has like nothing to do. And I'm going to go down and see her this weekend. And I'm like, well, now you can read a book that's not school related. And she's like, well, then I have to get a library card and da da da. And I pointed to my bookshelf, and I would show you, but I don't want to disrupt the recording. I have bookshelf after bookshelf of books that I have accumulated over the years in network marketing. And so I'm going to bring several of them down there to her. And some of them are very specific to building a business, network marketing, but the vast majority of them have to do with mindset. So yeah, if I can predict your level of business by the level of personal development that you do in your store of either, books or videos and the things that you do and watch on a daily basis. So for sharing that, then Allison. Okay. And this kind of flows right from that. Then the next thing that often holds us back is belief. Sometimes, and we talked about that at the leaders call today, sometimes when you first start, you're a little shaky, you're unsure, you aren't really knowing things yet, but that's the first thing that you got to do is build your belief. And you do that again through personal development, but you need to have a solid belief in your products. So you have to use your products, and there should be no other candles or milk in your home. It should be only Mia Bellas. So you have to, the candle of the month, the fragrance that we get, you need to order one of those. Order one or two, one for yourself to try, which is going to be a business write-off. It's part of your marketing and your business expenses. And then obviously, one or two to sell. But when you get that fragrance of the month, you need to burn it. You need to understand how they burn and what is the new scent so that you can market it. You need to have a solid belief in your company. Okay. And you do this by visiting the warehouse, attending events, and speaking with management and top leaders. So Bob and Charlie have always been very readily available to answer questions, answer the phone, partake in any meetings. And again, your top leaders. And you need to have a belief in the industry. Network marketing does not have the stigma that it used to have years and years ago. So many people are familiar with it. So many people have success with it. There's always going to be some scammy thing here or there, but that's going to be the same thing in any business, any career, any industry. So you need to develop a strong belief in the industry of network marketing. And as Allison said, you can do that through watching training videos online, reading books. And then the biggest part of the belief is in yourself. Okay, so your team believes in you, so we want you to believe in yourself. Have a goal to consistently get better than you were the day before. So it's not a comparison. Somebody coming right into the company obviously isn't going to be at the same level of confidence, belief, or success as somebody that's been doing it for 20 years like I have and Allison. So your goal should just be, did I take another step today? Did I get, 1% better than I was yesterday? That's your goal. Develop your belief. Anything else on that, Allison?
Nope, that sounds great.
Okay. And the next thing that often holds us back is lack of activity. And sometimes we don't do activity, again, because we haven't developed a belief or haven't done the personal development. So that's why those things are so key. So I love this. Stopping and starting are the kiss of death in this business. Show me your calendar and I can 100% predict the level of income you are making in your business, especially if you are new to the business. And so that's why we developed last month's training called Get to the Point, where we laid out all the activities that you can engage in that will create success for you. If you haven't seen that training, all of our trainings are recorded, and on the team training site, you can also find the recordings in the Light Your Dream Team Facebook group. So please, take the time to go back and look at that. Because honestly, if you aren't doing the activity, you aren't going to go anywhere. And the training, I think, was very helpful in showing you what kind of activities should I be engaging in and what are the most important. You would receive 1 point if you sent an email, but you would receive, 10 points for having a face-to-face conversation with somebody or, a phone call. So the more that you do, the higher the point level. So when you get an order, you'd get 50 points. When you sponsor somebody, you would get 50 points. And that accumulation of those points I found it really motivating this month. I got really excited when I got a sign up today. I'm like, yay, I got 50 points. I wanted to go and, mark down on my tracker. So one, it's motivating, but it's also accountability. So that at the end of the week, when you add up your points, can you say, I'm satisfied? Again, it's not comparing your points against somebody else's points. We all have different goals and different levels of what we want to achieve. So when you've decided what your goal is, are you consistently doing that? So at the end of the week, look and say honestly to yourself, wow, I met the level of points that I wanted. I did the activities that was needed. And some of the activity, it doesn't mean that it is going to that day immediately result in an achievement. Okay, sending a broadcast message, sending out an information packet. Well, maybe that day, you didn't get a sign up, but it's an accumulation of all of those activities consistently over time that produces that. And that's why I'm having a phenomenal December, because I've been consistent this whole month in doing the activities that are going to result in success. And so then that success starts to show itself. So if you didn't meet the level that you wanted to achieve, then you need to ask yourself why. Obviously, now we're going to start getting into a very busy time where people are Christmas shopping and all kinds of things coming up. So yeah, this month might be a little bit more difficult than other months, but again, do the training, be prepared so that in January, you're ready to hit the ground with that consistent tracking and hopefully less distractions. Allison, anything to add on that?
Nope, I think I've been doing this, get to the point for many years. I stopped for a while, but after a while you learn. It's automatic. You're doing it every day. You know what you got to do to get the higher income. The higher points means more income.
Right.
So over the years of doing it, I automatically know now in my head, what do I have to do every day? But it was fun to go back and start tracking it again,
Yeah.
And seeing where I'm at. So I think it really makes a difference to see your
Right.
activity.
Right. Yeah, the activity. And if you do have limited time, that's where you have to think, I have this much time, and if I need to achieve this many points, which activities should I be engaging in? Should I be just sending a bunch of emails that earn me 1 point? Or should I be picking up the phone and making a phone call? Or should I be stopping by a friends or family and say, hey, I've got these great products. I'd love to show them to you for Christmas. Maybe I can help, be your personal shopper. So limited time, pick the points that are higher, which is going to result in more income, as you said. Okay. Skills, another thing that holds us back. Determine the area that you want to get better in and complete the training on our team training website and seek out network marketing resources. Any questions, you can ask on the Light Your Dream Facebook group or consult with your sponsor or your upline. So, network marketing can be new to many people, or oftentimes, maybe we've tried it before and it didn't work. So we have some hesitancy and think this just doesn't work. And that's not the case. You have to be trained and you have to learn. So you do have to commit to the learning, because it's different than maybe a job that you've been engaging in. And you need to consistently put the learning into action. So it's not one of those that you just spend a lot of time reading, watching videos, and then never do anything with the information that you've learned. So put it into action. And then learn from the mistakes as you go along, because you are going to make mistakes. I still make mistakes 20 years later. So, but you learn from them, you pick it up, you readjust, figure out, okay, why did that mistake happen? How can I fix it? How can I get better at it? And then try it again. So learn a new skill once you master the first one. Sometimes, especially when you're new, you get excited. So many awesome things that we have an opportunity to do in this business. The retailing and the vendor shows, the fundraising, the team building, there's the custom labels, seeking out businesses. There's so many things, which is fabulous, because it's just, the variety is just insane. But don't try to do them all at once and not get good at any one of them. So pick one level of one method of building your business, concentrate on that, learn, make mistakes, get better, master it, and then move on to something else.
Yep, exactly. And you got to give yourself time. Give yourself time. On a part-time basis, you can learn and master basic skills in your business, but you have to be consistent, persistent, and patient, because it's not going to happen overnight. You have to be patient. And that's what personal development helps you with, being patient.
You go. Okay. And one of the biggest things that we do here is, that holds us back is time. So it is essential that one of the skills that you learn, the most important skill that you might learn, is time management. So, many of us do work full time, take care of families, and we do have other commitments that prevent us from focusing solely on this business. It would be nice if we could just spend all of our time just focused on business, but that's totally unrealistic. We have families to take care of and jobs to do. So you need to figure out how to plan your work and work your plan. it's essential that you have a plan. You can't go into each day thinking, I'll just see what happens. I'm just going to wing it. Because then the day goes by and then you'll realize I did nothing. I did nothing productive and it didn't move my business forward. So you do really have to determine the hours that you're going to work and stick to it. And then know that your boss would fire you if you don't show up for work. So there's times where, you know, in the evenings, I'm tired. I work full time in a very stressful job and I'm tired when I get home, but I take a rest, I have some dinner, and then I sit down and I put a little music on and I start working. And then I get so jazzed and so excited to be doing the business. So just start. That's the most important thing, is start, even if you don't feel like it. If you said that on Tuesday nights, you know, you're going to work from, you know, 7 to 9 o'clock, then commit to doing that. Put in the time.
Right. And treat your business as seriously as you do your job. Focus is the key. You get what you focus on. So make those blocks of time each day to work your business. And there was one thing that I came across today, and I've seen this before, and it just sticks with me. Um, it's amazing how people think 4 years is a long time to succeed in a business, but think it's all right to stay broke at a job for 40 years.
Mhm. Right.
It's true. It's going to take a while to build your business. You have to
Right.
understand it does not happen overnight. And the people, the leaders in the company, they've been in it for a while. You know, many of those leaders out there have been in this business selling candles for 20 years. So the first year or two, 3 or 4 years, it's slower than they wanted it to be many times. And if you just keep going every day and do a little every day to move you forward, your business will grow. But that stop and start and stop and start,
It's a
you're just going to
disaster.
be spinning your wheels.
Yes. So the last comment down there is that if your why should be big enough that it motivates you to show up to do the work. So on those nights or days where you're like, oh, I'm not sure I want to work, I'd rather watch TV, I'd rather go shopping, I'd rather do something else, then that means that the why for you building this business is not big enough. When you think,
Right.
but why do I want to spend an evening working 1 to 2 hours? Why do I want to spend Saturday engaged in building my business? And your answer, whatever it is, it's totally personal and it's whatever you determine that why to be, but that why should make you go, yeah, dang, I want to work my business. I want to spend that hour doing it. I get on it and do it.
Yep. And you know, I always say, have a why that makes you cry,
Right.
something that you're very serious about. And my why when I first started was having enough money to pay for my two girls' college, help them get through school. My family's my why to this day, leaving
Yeah.
a legacy to my family, building my business so I can pass it down to my kids once I'm gone from this world, you know? So find the why that makes you cry. That you really have to have a deep, sincere reason why you want to build this business. Is it for $300 a month? Is it just to take a special vacation with your family? What is it that you want out of your business? And then put it right in front of you and look at it every day and and just work your business and you will get there. Just give yourself time and be patient.
Absolutely. Excellent. All right. So we don't have much time left. So I'm going to kind of quickly go through the Facebook survey and kind of some of the results and where people tended to answer them. Maybe some of these should have been addressed in the previous points that we've already addressed, but maybe we'll have a few more comments on it. But the first one that I'm afraid I won't. Okay. Yeah, we got 10 minutes left here. So we want to kind of get through this before the video cuts off. Okay, so I'm afraid I won't have all of the answers. 24% responded to that one. And I guess my answer to that is that's okay. That's why we have a team training site. That's why we have videos that are recorded for you to watch over and over. That's why we do a monthly live call like this. That's why we have the Facebook group. That's why you have a coach. That's why you have an upline to ask. I don't know what to say. I didn't know the answer to this. That's what we're here for. I'm afraid of rejection and people saying no, 7%. I think one of the biggest things that ever helped me with that was the analogy of when you go to a restaurant and a waitress says, "Would you like some coffee?" And you say, "No, thank you." She's not going to take that personally. It's just that that's not what you want at that moment. Maybe another day, maybe you would want some coffee. Maybe you just don't like coffee, but it's not, you're not rejecting her. It's not something personal that she has to be offended by. Okay, I work a full-time job and I have no time, 11%. Okay, we did pretty much address that. I say that I work a full-time job and I have no time, but my why is big enough that I find the time. I find the time, I schedule the time, I commit to the time, I show up for the time. Okay, I'm not consistent. The starting and stopping, 15% responded to that. You can't get momentum if you stop. It takes you just twice as long then to rev it up and get it going again. And then if you stop, then you got to redo it. It's that momentum, that building every day towards success. You just keep going. Even if it's a little bit a day, you got to stay consistently in doing it. I'm an introvert and don't want to sound salesy, 15%. We've done training on both. Allison and I are both introverts. There's lots of ways to build this business. And it's never about being a salesperson. It's about being a coach, a trainer, an educator. You're providing information to people for them to make the decision on their own, whether they want to buy your product or join your business. You are just sharing information. You're not being salesy. You're not trying to talk them into anything. Okay, I'm afraid I'm going to fail, 3%. Well, you're going to be afraid to fail in anything that you do, even if it's a hobby. You want to learn to crochet. You might fail. You might want to run a 10K marathon. Well, you might fail. But are you going to go through life always being afraid that I might fail? The only way that you fail is when you don't try. When you sit down and stop, that's when you fail. When you give it a try every day and you learn and you get better, you do nothing but succeed. Okay, and then I don't know how to approach people, 24% said that. And then again, we did the training from Fling about how to build a team with all kinds of different methods of how to approach people. And that's something we can go into a little bit more on a different time. We don't have much time left here. The video is going to cut off in a second. So Allison, any last minute thing that you want to say to kind of wrap it up?
No, except we'll be talking to you again next year, and have a Merry Christmas and think about your goals for 2024.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for everyone for being on the call live. I hope you watched the video, the recording, if you haven't had a chance to do that. And yes, I wish everybody a very Merry Christmas. I appreciate you all and the efforts that you've done to share our candles and our business this holiday season, this fall and winter has been phenomenal. And keep going. We got a few more weeks here to the end of the year. Make it your best month ever. And then we will do, again, for those that are new, we typically do this call. It's the third Wednesday of every month at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. And then I'll usually put the recording on. I'll probably do it tomorrow because honestly, I need to get my Christmas cards written out to put in the mail tomorrow. So I got to get that done quick because we're coming up upon the time. So I'm going to work on that and then I'll get the recording. Once it downloads onto the computer, I'll get it up here so that you can watch it again or share it in the group. So thank you all. I appreciate you.
Thank you, Kathy.
Take care.
Thank you, Allison.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye, everybody.